Guys, welcome back to my channel. You already know it's your guy John with JDFX or JoDaF-FX. Now, in this particular video, I'm gonna be giving you a trade idea on GBPAUD. This is where you come and get your trade ideas, man. You know, GBPAUD. And okay, let's move on to that chart. Let's move on to that chart. Here we are. Now let's delete all the levels for you to understand why I'm seeing a trade idea on GBP guys. You already know we trade like the big banks, we trade like the brokers themselves, man. So what we do is that we look for major levels of support and resistance, or like I love to call them major levels of supply and demand, because these are the levels where the market really makes their decisions. Okay, now um why specifically this particular currency? Okay, we have been on an uptrend, right? As you can see, man, it has been an uptrend, and now we have had a major retracement, which can actually signify either the chart has decided to sell or it's a major retracement. Now, what helps you make that decision? You know, like I said, we draw the levels. Now, how we draw them? We switch fast to the line graph. You already know, man. If you have followed my videos, you have found out that we first switch to the line graph. Then why do we switch to the line graph? Because in this line graph, we get to view the major turning points of the market, and one of them is this one. That's a major turning point, and also this one I hear. That's also a major turning point. Now, after doing that, we go back to the Japanese candle format, and you can actually see the effect of that light. Look at it. Look at this, can actually be taken as a whole region. This is a region of the fight between buyers and sellers, and you don't want to be caught up on this kind of fights. You want to enter the market when the markets have made a decision on what they really want to do. Imagine buying here and getting stopped out, or selling here and getting stopped out. So what you really want is to enter the market when the decision has been made. So how will you know the decision has been made? That's a question. It's a really good question. So how you know if the market has decided to buy or to sell? You have to wait for a breakout. You have to wait for the markets to really show you what you're really waiting for. Okay, now the next thing is that you have to have some predetermined thoughts. You have to have what you're going to do before it happens. You have to decide fast before it happens, because when you're deciding when it has happened, then what you're going to actually have a syndrome. It's called the FOMO syndrome. If you're aware with it, it's just fear of missing out, and you might do some very bad mistakes. So what you do is you have some predetermined ideas and thoughts on what you're going to do when what happens. Now, what are we going to do when the breakout occurs? For this particular chart, what I'm waiting for is for this weekly candle, specifically the weekly candle we are in right now, to be crossed above this region. To have the cross of this weekly candle above this region. Then and only then can I go to the daily chart, and then look for a full daily candle opened and crossed above this region, showing me that the buyers have actually kicked in, or they have gotten into the market, or the market has really decided to buy. The opposite will happen if the weekly candle get closed below this region, and not just close below this region. We wanted to close below that region significantly. Then and only then can I go back to the daily chart to look for a breakout. Okay, now what will be the trade on this trade? Because the reason why I've decided to talk about it is because the daily candle, or the market itself, is showing that we might be seeing some breakout to the buy. Okay, that's why I'm talking about this particular chart. Okay, now what are we waiting for? Like I said, we wait for the weekly candle to close above this region, and a daily candle to be formed and closed, open and closed above this region. Then and only then can we be looking for a pullback to enter this particular level. And guys, whatever happens in between, we don't care. Until that happens, the rest is nonsense to us. And that's the best part about this trading strategy, guys. It keeps you on the sidelines when the market is not that clear. And it puts you in the market where the markets have really decided. You know? Now, what will be the risk to reward ratio for this particular trade? Okay, what the first thing you need to ask yourself is how much will be the stop loss, or the stop loss, how many pips will you give you stop loss. You then have to look at the markets at that particular level to determine how much does the market break that level and actually still come back to that level, holding it as viable. Okay, now one of the points we can look at is this one. This one is about, let's check that one. That's about 140. Yeah, 140 pips. What about this one? What about this one, guys? What about this one? That's about 140 still. So that gives us, what about this one? What about this one? There's also another one here. It's about 100 pips. So we can actually give our trade about 150 pips stop loss. You don't want to get stopped out, man. And then the trade goes to your direction. That's heartbreaking. And I'm saying it from experience, man. That's heartbreaking. When you get stopped out and then the market takes your direction, man. Huh, huh. Okay, now the stop loss will be at about 150 pips from this level. And we just don't enter at this time. We are going to wait for those conditions to be met. First condition, weekly candle to be closed above. Then the second condition, a daily candle to form just above this region, to open and close above this region. Then and only then, when the market comes back to this region, when the market comes back, not that, guys, we are waiting for the market to come back to come back to this line. Otherwise, we don't enter. And whatever happens in the middle, that's nonsense, and we don't care about that. Okay, now what I've already drawn the trade for you. I've already drawn the trade for you, and where the targets are going to be once those conditions are met. Now, let's even have the first target at this particular level right there. Then the risk to reward ratio for this particular trade will be, let me show you, at a stop loss of 150 pip and the take profit at 700 pips. The risk to reward ratio will be 4 is to 4, and 1 is to 4. That means that actually it's 4.7. That means if you have $100 ready to be risked, then you're going to earn $471 effortlessly. And if you have your $1,000 ready to be risked, then you're going to earn $4,000, $4,710 effortlessly. So guys, again, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. And I'm actually going to give a crash course on how I look at the markets, give you an in-depth view of my trading strategy and why I say it's the same strategy the big banks and the brokers use to make their trades. Okay, now don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video so that it may help another brother out there. Okay, now peace out and see you in the next video.